Boundary is the word of the day. Boundaries are important and boundaries are necessary when it comes to you controlling the conversation between you and your client. Hey, welcome back. So just like the title of this video says, today we're going to be discussing how you need to control the conversation when talking to a client. If you're new here, my name is Nadia. I am the owner of ClickPop Studio. We are a colorfully loud creative agency for bold brands. My specialty is commercial product photography. The tips and advice that I offer on this channel work for all service-based businesses across the board. So definitely stay tuned if you're looking for more information about how you can control the conversation with your client. So right off the bat, boundary is the word of the day. Boundaries are important and boundaries are necessary when it comes to you controlling the conversation between you and your client. Now, I don't want you to think that the word control is a negative thing. You are the leader in this. People are coming to you for advice, for leadership. They need you to guide them through your process. And if you don't know how to get them through your process, how can they have confidence in you in order to trust you to, number one, pay you for a job, but also trust that you can get the job done without them nitpicking or micromanaging. So when it comes to gaining the control of the conversation, you need to already have your process in order. You need to have your intake form together, and that's something that we've discussed in a few videos, so go back and check those out. You need to have your intake form, you need to have your specific questions. You also need to have your elevator pitch ready that goes over your process from beginning to end. Like, you need to be able to explain to your client how you work with other clients and how you can work with them from beginning to end, like where you start, how you build on, and how you carry out the job and how you complete it, and also how you deliver those final deliverables to that client, whatever they may be. Now, when it comes to the way that I communicate with my clients, we have that first initial phone call where I listen to their pain points, their issues, and then I discuss with them how I can help solve those problems based on the work that I've done for my previous clients, because 9 times out of 10, they're coming to me to have the same problem solved that I've solved a million times before. So it's easy for me to walk them through my process and tell them how we can get them from point A to point Z. Now, during that conversation, it's all about me listening and understanding. And then when I'm talking, they're listening and understanding me. There is no rush of, okay, tell me how much it costs, forget all that, just tell me what it is, tell me what it is. Like, when I start to see that type of impatience, that is my cue to understand, okay, we won't be working well together, because I can understand right now that your goal is just to get something done without understanding why it needs to be done a certain way. And don't get me wrong, I do rush order jobs all the time, but when it comes to people having the patience and taking their time with my process, it's a necessity because I will not be rushed. I created my formula, my boundaries, my process in order for me to get through my process comfortably. I did not jump into owning a business just to work myself into the ground. Like, if I wanted to do that, I would have stayed in corporate America. And nobody wants that, especially me. And so when it comes to me communicating, okay, this is what we're going to start off with. We're going to lead from here. We're going to lead to there. From there, we're going to go to here. And from here, we're going to end up there. I have that down to a science. So when my client is listening to what I'm saying, there is no interruption. There is no questions of like, okay, can we skip past all of this? Because when I'm communicating to them how we need to work together in order to get them what they want, they already understand that. And so having that process laid out will be so beneficial for you as a business owner to really control that conversation. Now, you will have clients that want you to deviate from your process just to give them what they want. And I guarantee you, if you do that, I've done it in the past, I guarantee you, if you continue to deviate from your process, you will be burnt out, you'll be stressed out, you'll be tired, and that entire project will be just stressful. Every single time I've deviated from my process in the past, I have hated the job I've done. No, don't get me wrong, I completed the job, but I hated it every step of the way because I went against my own boundaries just to appease the client. And that's not something that you want. You need to be the one that's leading the ship. You need to be the one that's leading that, because the client is looking for you for your expertise. They have no idea how to do what you do. And sometimes they feel like they still want to be in control because they also are the captain of their own ship in their business. But that communication has to reassure them that they can kind of step back and let you lead. So when it comes to what you can put in your process, when it comes to controlling the narrative, is number one, that intake form that we talked about in previous videos. Having the necessary questions on that form that relate to your entire process so that your client can fill it out in order for you to understand the scope of the job is very important. That's key. That's number one. Number two is having a set amount of questions that you want to go through during that phone call after they fill out that form. You need to have an understanding of who they are, what they need, and how you can service them if you're capable of that particular job. Now, if you're not during that phone call, then that's up to you to let them know, hey, I don't think we're going to be a good fit. What you're asking for is outside of the scope of what we offer. Now, we can do this. We can work with you up to this far, but for anything else, you're going to have to seek other services. That is okay too. Depending on what they need, they may still want to work with you. You don't want to focus on just trying to get the job without really understanding the gravity of the entire scope of the project. I would say number three to put in your process would be having some type of system that allows you to hone and house all of your necessary documents. Now, I use a program called HoneyBook. It's an online client management program or software that I pay a subscription to. This video was not sponsored, but I found it when I first started my business and I've been using it ever since. Like, it has all of my contracts on there. It had contract templates in order for me to customize things the way that I wanted it to. I sent all my invoicing out through there, and there's also a feature where your new clients can create a profile on HoneyBook so that you can communicate back and forth so you don't have to find old Google Gmail threads. It's all housed under one umbrella. Now, there are plenty of other programs out there. HoneyBook is just the one that I use in order to maintain that process. So once they decide they want to look at my packages, all of my contracts, all of my proposals come from my HoneyBook profile. And so once they select a package, I'm notified and then I send them a contract through my same HoneyBook profile. It's all housed under one. So from that very step, they're getting a specific type of customer experience. Everything is seamless. They don't have to wait 2 and 3 and 4 days just to get documents from me. I always want to make sure that I have email templates ready to send after every conversation if necessary. I need to make sure that I have invoices ready to send out, proposals, estimates. All of that is a part of how I can control that conversation and control the energy and the narrative of our communication and collaboration. And so I would say after that, we have secondary meetings where I let my clients know, once you finish your job, your homework, then we'll take over and do ours. But we need a give and take. We need you to do your part so that we can do our part. Now, again, you may not have to do this in your particular business or job, but because the services that we provide are solely based on the specific brands that we work with, their brand identity is infused in the creative content that we create. We need those necessary steps in order to give them the custom content that they're looking for. And so after all is said and done, we are on board with them being on our process, being on our HoneyBook. I let them know after that, we'll set up for our secondary meeting that discusses the creative direction. We're leading them through the entire process over the phone, talking to them and preparing them for what they should expect after we sign on together. And so that's a quick spiel on how I go from A to Z with my client. Obviously, after we have that discussion, then we'll move on to the photo shoot, the prepping, the styling, the final deliverables, all of that. But this is a seamless process that I created at the very beginning of my career when I was just learning how to control the narrative and control the conversation so that I can have a great outcome and end up stress-free after this project, and my client can feel like they've been well taken care of. Now, again, your process may not be as complicated as mine, and it doesn't have to be as complicated as mine, but you need to have some type of process that, number one, you can communicate, and number two, that you can execute so that your client, again, so that they can be relaxed and not try to push you beyond your boundaries. So yeah, that's all I have to say today. Let me know in the comments if this helped, if you have any advice on how you do your own processes, if your processes are similar to mine. If you're new and you want to know what HoneyBook is about, you want to see a tutorial on how I use my HoneyBook, just let me know in the comments. I can definitely create a video for that. As well as if you want to see what my intake form looks like, I'll have that linked below so that you can grab that free template so that you can kind of mix and match and customize yourself. Again, that's all I have to say today. Be on the look out for more videos coming soon. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me, message me, comment below. If you like this video, definitely like this video. Hit that notification bell for more videos coming soon, and subscribe. Join the channel, join the journey. We love talking all things creative. We love talking all things business, and I would definitely love to communicate with you and just build a community and network down in the comments below. So again, that's all from me, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.